A good place to start in learning to coach is learning about how exactly coaching works at a mechanism level. We can then begin to see what we have to do as coaches to set those mechanisms in motion. Everything we do gets built on solid foundations. Coaching's primary mechanism is the insights the coachee has during the coaching. All human beings have an immense capacity for insight. Wherever we direct our attention, we see things afresh. And wherever we see things afresh, we become able to make new connections and realize things that up till then we weren't aware of. When we're immersed in a task with our attention fully upon what we're doing, we see things within the terrain of the task. This conscious seeing enables us to perform better than we would have if we were relying on our subconscious abilities alone. But nobody's attention is always fully on what they're doing. Our minds wander, and when they do, the thoughts that enter our heads are usually about the topics that we subconsciously sense require our attention. We all have things at the back of our minds. Spontaneous thinking about these things can be helpful, but it's unstructured. The same old thoughts often come round again and again. Even when we have little insights about an area of life where fresh insight would be valuable, the insights are rarely thought through. This is where a skilled coach can help. The coach uses questions to direct the coachee's attention towards an area of their life that would benefit from quality thought. Sometimes an area of their personal life, sometimes of their professional life. The coach then uses the power of their listening to help the coachee sustain their attention upon it. The things that most need quality thought are often difficult or uncomfortable to think about, so it helps to have someone forcing us to pay attention to what most needs attention and forcing us to sustain our attention long enough to escape the orbit of our habitual thoughts. The coach can direct the coachee's attention at one aspect of their situation and at what might be possible, then another. They can help the coachee make connections by summarising what they've said and asking the coachee to correct their summary. And they can leave silences when the coachee has a half-formed insight in their head that they've not yet found the words for. We've all spent time in education gaining knowledge from teachers who are experts in their subjects. So a lot of people assume that coaching works through the coach giving advice, transmitting their knowledge to the coachee, giving them top tips and words of wisdom. And that's true of mentoring, but not coaching. Coaching works through the coachee seeing things more clearly for themselves. The coaching process creates the conditions for them to have useful insights. The magic happens inside the head of the coachee. And coachees are already experts in all the core domains of their life. And if there's something specific they need to know, it's usually easy enough for them to do some research after the coaching session and find out. So the coach doesn't need domain expertise beyond being able to understand the coachee's dilemmas and difficulties. The expertise they need is in coaching. They need to be able to create the kind of environment in which the coachee is likely to have useful insights, warm and supportive, but also challenging where necessary. They need to be able to prompt the coachee to think things through creatively, but realistically, leaving the orbit of their habitual thoughts behind, but not indulging in fantasies. And they need to be able to use attentive listening and helpful successions of questions to support the coachee's thinking process. Anyone who's naturally curious and empathetic can learn the art of coaching. And the first thing for them to learn is that the core of the coaching process is helping the person they're coaching arrive at useful insights.